So, you want to buy a vending machine. You pay $2,000 for a refurbished metal box, plug it into the corner of an office break room wall, and watch passive income roll into your bank account while you sleep. It sounds like one of the simplest, lowest effort side hustles in the world where you get to be your own boss. Visit a few locations once a week and rake in cash for doing almost nothing. Here is what nobody tells you about that fantasy. You are not running a passive income stream, but rather a hyper-localized micro-logistics business where a single broken bill validator, a stuck bag of potato chips, or a batch of expired candy bars can instantly wipe out your entire weekly profit margin. The people standing outside this industry see an automated cash box that sells snacks at 3 times what they cost at the supermarket. But the people operating inside it know that you are fighting a daily war against physical friction, high fixed fees, and razor-thin net earnings. This gap between perception and reality is fueled by endless online videos claiming you can build a multi-thousand-dollar automated empire with 30 minutes of effort a week. What those videos fail to mention is that when a coin mechanism jams at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning in a busy factory, the floor manager does not care about your passive income dreams. They want a technician on site immediately, or your machine gets unplugged and wheeled into the loading dock. You quickly realize that you are on call 7 days a week to handle mechanical failures, inventory audits, customer refund requests, and emergency restocking runs. The moment you trade your time, fuel, and physical labor to maintain that box, the word passive completely disappears from your business model, replaced by the relentless demands of basic service operations. Everything in this business begins and ends with land rights and location selection, because a vending machine without the right foot traffic is just an expensive piece of furniture taking up space. You need locations that combine high foot traffic with high dwell time, such as manufacturing plants, high school cafeterias, hospital waiting rooms, or logistics warehouses where hundreds of people are stuck in place with limited food options for 8 hours at a time. A quiet corporate office with 20 remote workers might sound clean and convenient, but it is a financial graveyard for your inventory. Once you find a prime location, you quickly realize that property owners do not let you plug into their wall for free. Standard location agreements require you to pay between 10 and 25% of your gross monthly revenues back to the site owner in rent or commission. On top of that, without a formal signed contract granting you exclusive vending rights, the building manager can order you to haul your 300-pound machine out to the parking lot tomorrow because a competitor offered them 5% more of their profits. Securing these lucrative spots requires a level of relentless salesmanship that catches most beginners completely off guard. You are not just dropping off a machine, you are pitching business executives, facility directors, and human resource manager who already have established vendor relationships or strict corporate policies. Winning a location often means making 50 cold calls, walking into dozens of industrial parks unannounced, and offering customized product menus or higher commission splits just to get your foot in the door. Furthermore, major corporate chains often use third-party vending management companies that act as gatekeepers, taking their own slice of gross sales before you even negotiate with the property owner. If you cannot master the art of commercial real estate negotiation at the micro level, your machines will end up gathering dust in low-traffic hallways where monthly electric bills outweigh total sales. Once you secure a location, you have to acquire the hardware and the technology required to accept modern payments. A reliable glass-front snack or beverage machine costs anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 refurbished, or up to $6,000 brand new delivered to your door. However, in a world where cash is dying, a simple coin slot is no longer enough to survive, as over 70% of all transactions are now completed using credit cards, debit cards, or mobile wallets. Installing a digital payment telemetry unit on every single machine adds an upfront hardware cost of around $250 to $300 per unit, plus a fixed monthly cellular data subscription fee of $10 to $15 just to keep the reader connected to the network. Card processing companies then take a cut of 5 to 7% on every single swipe, which means that on a small $1.50 item, payment processors, hardware network fees, and location commissions are already taking their slice before you have even paid for the snack itself. The hidden financial trap of modern cashless payment systems lies in the fee structure attached to ultra-low ticket transactions. When a customer uses a credit card to purchase a single 90-cent bag of chips, flat-rate transaction fees and processing percentages consume a disproportionate amount of your margin compared to a $20 restaurant purchase. Additionally, these card readers rely on cellular networks that frequently lose signal inside thick concrete warehouses, hospital basements, or rural manufacturing facilities. When the network drops, your payment terminal goes offline, immediately turning away modern consumers who do not carry paper currency. Software updates can freeze payment readers overnight, and chargebacks from customers claiming they never received their item can eat up hours of administrative time, proving that going cashless solves cash theft issues while introducing a brand new ecosystem of digital vulnerabilities. The core of your profit engine relies on unit economics and wholesale purchasing power, where every single cent paid per unit dictates whether you stay afloat or go broke. Operators buy inventory in bulk from wholesale clubs or commercial food distributors, carefully balancing high-margin items against high-demand items to optimize revenue per slot. Canned sodas are the traditional workhorses of the industry, costing around 45 cents per 12-ounce can wholesale and retailing for $1.75, delivering a gross margin of roughly 74%. Energy drinks require a much higher upfront purchase price of around $1.65, but they sell for $3.50 to $4, yielding a lower percentage margin but generating more absolute dollar profit per vend. Meanwhile, bags of chips and chocolate bars sit in the middle ground, costing 40 to 85 cents and retailing between $1.50 and $2, but carrying high risks if they sit unsold on the spiral rack for too long. To maintain these margins, you have to navigate the complex trade-off between product velocity and shelf life. Fast-moving items like chocolate bars and carbonated sodas have long expiration dates, allowing you to store bulk inventory in your garage or a small storage unit without immediate fear of loss. However, expanding into high-ticket fresh food items like sandwiches, salads, or yogurt, which carry markup potential above 200%, drastically shortens your operational clock. If a fresh sandwich sitting in a refrigerated machine does not sell within 7 days, that item becomes an absolute zero, requiring you to sell 3 or 4 additional sandwiches just to recoup the wholesale cost of the one you threw in the trash. Managing a vending inventory requires precise forecasting, so you never run out of top-selling energy drinks while preventing expensive, slow-moving items from quietly expiring on the shelf. This brings us to the operational realities that turn the passive income dream into a full-time mechanical hustle. Spoilage and shrinkage are constant leaks in your boat. If a row of fresh pastries or dairy items passes its expiration date, those unsold goods represent a total loss that directly cancels out the profits from dozens of previous sales. Furthermore, you face the harsh mathematics of route density, where the physical distance between your machines determines your actual hourly wage. Driving 30 minutes across town in a fuel-guzzling vehicle just to restock a single machine that generated $400 in gross sales will completely eat your margins in gasoline and vehicle depreciation, making isolated machines a net negative asset. To make the logistics work, you need dense clusters of 10 to 20 machines located within a tight geographic radius so that a single restocking run yields maximum revenue per hour worked. Beyond geographic distance, physical equipment failure introduces constant operational friction that destroys route efficiency. A single bent coin, a folded dollar bill, or a misplaced plastic wrapper can jam a coin mechanism or bill acceptor, instantly shutting down sales for that entire payment method until you physically arrive to clear the blockage. If a motor fails on a single spiral rack, the machine may hang a bag of chips halfway off the shelf, prompting an angry customer to kick or shake the machine, which can damage internal sensors or destroy surrounding inventory. You must also budget time for cleaning glass, wiping down grime, removing graffiti, and handling theft or vandalism in unsupervised public areas. Every unplanned trip back to a machine to clear a jammed spiral or replace a blown cooling fan burns fuel, wastes hours, and drains the exact net profit you worked so hard to calculate on paper. To maximize the revenue extracted from every single customer, smart operators build layered pricing strategies directly into their machine layouts. Eye-level rows are systematically reserved for premium, high-margin items like specialty energy drinks, protein bars, and branded merchandise, while lower-margin filler snacks are pushed down to the bottom spirals where impulse buyers spend less time looking. Advanced operators also implement dynamic pricing structures, adding a small surcharge for cashless transactions to pass the credit card processing fee directly back to the consumer, or raising prices on weekends when foot traffic in certain entertainment venues peaks. Some push further into non-perishable specialty vending, such as electronics, over-the-counter medicine, or personal care products, where gross margins can soar past 80% because desperate buyers in airports or hotels have no alternative options nearby. This art of visual merchandising extends far beyond simple product placement. It involves seasonal strategy and behavioral psychology. During winter months, cold beverage sales in unheated warehouse spaces slow down significantly, requiring operators to reallocate shelf space toward hot coffee, soups, or high-calorie snack items that appeal to workers in cold environments. Conversely, peak summer heat drives massive demand for high-margin hydration and energy products, meaning you must adjust shelf coils to fit larger bottle sizes or risk losing high-ticket sales due to stockouts. Intelligent operators also bundle products visually, placing salty snacks directly adjacent to premium beverages to trigger secondary impulse purchases. By treating the inside of a glass front machine with the same strategic precision as a major grocery store end cap, you can increase the average dollar transaction per visitor without increasing your total foot traffic. When you put all of these financial mechanics together into an honest profit and loss statement, the reality of scaling this business becomes crystal clear. Take a solid, well-placed machine that generates $500 in gross monthly revenue. After subtracting 35% for the initial cost of goods sold, you are left with $325. Subtracting a 15% location commission takes away another $75, while card processing fees and cellular telemetry connectivity eat roughly $35. Setting aside $40 for spoilage, fuel, commercial insurance, and mechanical maintenance reserves leaves you with a net profit of approximately $175 per month per machine. That means if your goal is to earn $5,000 a month in clear take-home income, you do not need a couple of machines in local break rooms. You need a fleet of nearly 30 fully stocked machines, a dedicated commercial delivery van, warehouse space to store pallets of inventory, and 40 hours a week of grueling physical labor hauling heavy cases of soda. What makes this financial picture even more demanding is the necessity of building long-term capital replacement reserves directly into your monthly cash flow calculations. Every dollar of net profit looks great on paper until a 10-year-old refrigeration compressor fails, costing $700 to replace, or a payment technology standard updates, forcing you to replace obsolete card readers across your entire fleet. You must also account for local sales tax collection on food and beverage items, commercial general liability insurance policies to protect against tipping incidents or electrical fires, and state licensing or permit fees for food handling equipment. If you spend every dollar of net operating income as personal income without setting aside 15 to 20% for long-term capital reserves and tax obligations, a single major mechanical failure across 2 or 3 machines can plunge your small enterprise straight into negative territory. Ultimately, the vending business operates on the exact same capital-intensive principles as major retail chains, where survival belongs exclusively to operators who respect the math and master the logistics. Individual side hustlers who buy 2 machines expecting set-it-and-forget-it automated wealth usually abandon the industry within 12 months after their first major refrigeration compressor failure or location cancellation wipes out their savings. Meanwhile, large institutional route operators thrive because their massive purchasing power lowers wholesale food costs, their route optimization software minimizes fuel consumption, and their fleet size absorbs mechanical repairs as routine operating expenses. Behind every glowing glass front machine sitting in a hospital hallway or factory floor is a demanding, high-volume logistics operation where every square foot of display space must be engineered for turnover, every drive route must be calculated for efficiency, and every single penny of profit must be earned through disciplined, daily operational work. The transition from a struggling solo operator to a thriving fleet owner requires a fundamental shift in mindset from manual labor to systematic scale. Once you expand beyond 20 or 30 machines, you can no longer haul heavy cases of soda in the trunk of a passenger vehicle or store pallets of chips in a residential garage. You are forced to invest in commercial delivery vans, hire dedicated route drivers, rent warehouse storage space, and adopt inventory management software that tracks sales telemetry in real time. At this level, your primary job is no longer stocking shelves or fixing jammed bill acceptors. It is route optimization, employee management, wholesale contract negotiation, and continuous business development. The vending industry offers genuine financial rewards, But those rewards are reserved solely for those who treat it not as an easy internet side hustle, but as a professional, highly disciplined micro supply chain enterprise.